What is up, guys? It's a brand new day for another skull face, daily skull face. But today is also a leg day, and I just did my 50 minutes of fasted cardio, took some Vayu Meta Plus, 12 grams, 15 grams of glutamine, a liter of water, did the cardio, did the fasted posing for the coach. We're also already weighing below the weight limit, and I already make my breakfast. Alright, so this is the breakfast right here. 10 egg whites, 2 eggs, some spinach, some mushrooms, and that's it. We're still doing 0 carbs on every meal except the post-workout meal. Of course, also adding some Himalayan pink salt right here, just to make sure we get enough electrolytes. Yes, Laura, you want a lot of things, and not everything is identifiable, but hey, as long as you're quiet, I'm happy. Alrighty guys, we have arrived at the gym. Today is Saturday, and Monday will also be the last day of cardio, actually hard cardio on a resistance bike. So this means that the fatigue will drop off, water weight will drop off, which will reveal a lot more definition as well, and a lot of body weight will be dropped in the coming week, in the coming days, just from the cortisol decrease, which means the stress hormone releases water, etc. So I'm very looking forward to that. So today won't be an all-out leg training, but still stimulative enough to keep those leg muscles there. And in order for me to facilitate that intensity, I of course took a pre-workout, as always, Vayu Nitro and Vayu Nootropic. Nootropic means maximum focus, just get you through the workout mentally. That is very important because I'm at 0 carbs right now, because my breakfast you saw 0 carbs. And Nitro gets a lot of blood in the muscle, gets simply more nitrogen and blood where it needs to go, and that today will be the legs. So we also of course have an intra workout, and we're going to start out with a little bit of salt, of course. Very important electrolytes, minerals. Secondly, ESN L-carnitine. This helps the liberation of fatty acids and the burning of fatty acids during this workout, and it also makes you more sensitive to androgens. So your testosterone in your blood will actually work just a bit better with this carnitine in there. And lastly, very important, is mTOR. This flavor, peach, maracuja. Tastes amazing. mTOR is simply EAAs, and when you don't have any carbohydrates, guys, what you absolutely need is something anti-catabolic, like protein or essential amino acids. Intra workout, simply to prevent your muscles from going catabolic. On top of that, there's extra minerals in here as well, and most importantly, well, not most importantly, but pretty important, this tastes amazing. And when you're in a low carb diet, there's no sweetness in your diet basically. So stuff like this really helps, soothe that sweet tooth. And now we're just gonna mix this up, fill it with some water, go downstairs and get started on the legs. The first movement, always the calves. However, I've been doing the seated calf raise the last couple of leg workouts, because the standing calf raise is in the Swift machine, puts a lot of actual loading on the back because I use 180 kilos there, which puts stress on the lower back, and that's what I want to avoid here. So why not just do the seated calf raise, stick in a more safe, non-fatiguing exercise selection. It's all about stimulating the muscle now. No need for a million different angles, so let's just warm up nice and light, and then go to the working weight. So very important, guys, is the stretch here. So what I'm doing, all the way down, stretch for a couple of seconds, and then go all the way up. The stretch is what causes most of the stimulation for muscle growth. So logically, also most of the stimulation for muscle retention. So that's what you always want to keep in mind. Maybe with some of the sets I could do one more rep, but it's not about pushing yourself to absolute failure. Always remember, if you leave one rep in reserve, so one rep from failure, you get literally 99% of the stimulus. But if you do that one extra rep to failure, you have like 50% more fatigue. And that's exactly what we want to avoid now. Lessen the fatigue, keep the stimulus relatively the same, enough to retain muscle, and that's it. One of the changes in the last leg workout is we're going from 4 to 3 working sets for the calves. There's literally no value in doing another set here. It will only drive fatigue up. Just like with the reps, you can do an extra rep for a lot of extra fatigue, a little extra stimulus. Same goes with the sets. 3 sets or 4 sets, the extra stimulus is not as much, but the fatigue is a lot, so let's avoid that. One of the most important movements in my entire leg routine, the laying leg curl. Now, I like to do the seated leg curl as well, but we only have the laying version here at Van Drunen, the gym I originally trained at back in the day. They do have a seated leg curl, so every time I go there and train legs, I do that one. It has a slightly better stretch. But this one is the main one here, an old school machine, but let's skip all the talking and do the work because we want that weak point to remain strong during the peak week. Doing the warm-ups is very important, even up until the very last training day. You always want to make sure you don't feel any niggles or pains in the muscles, the joints, or ligaments. Because if you do, you know not to go too heavy, but everything feels incredible. Oh, that was it, guys. The last rep you saw, that was slowing down a whole lot at the top. Don't force it, just quit it and move on to the next. Okay guys, the next one is going to be the compound movement, a favorite of all of them, the ATX Belt Squat. Why am I choosing this one? Well, in the last couple of weeks, I've been doing either the belt squat or the hack squat. As I mentioned at the beginning, we want to avoid axial loading, which means loading on the spine. And this pulls from the hip, so there is no tension or fatigue happening at the lower back at all. And this simply feels very free, a lot of freedom in the range of motion, no matter how your anatomy is. You will be able to do this with full range of motion all the way to the bottom. And it just feels amazing. I'm also wearing knee sleeves to prevent the knees from hurting. Honestly, during the prep, the elbows and the knees have not hurt at all. Thankfully, also due to the collagen peptides by ESN and the UC2 collagen by ESN as well. Both of them available down below in the link. But stuff like this, intra-workout has really helped me fix up a lot of my ligaments, joints, tendons. Right now it's out, but during the time it was in, it really helped a lot. And now it's time to warm up on the ATX Belt Squat. I'm also going to use the ATX Squat wedges, as you can see right here. This allows me to go a lot deeper because the ankles aren't very flexible. What you want to do is either use weightlifting plates, weightlifting shoes, or wedges like this. So here we have one, and the other one I'm going to get from over there. So now we have two. You need two on the belt squat because you need the middle portion to be open for the mechanism to even work. So let's just put them nice and symmetrical. Put this in the right position. Make sure there's the same amount of weight on each side. Let's get started.
you did it. You were on carbs, weren't you?
Yes. Back then, I still ate more carbs. Now everything above 0 is more than right now, because right now it's 0, and at the same time, now I've also done cardio in the morning, 50 minutes. So the biggest difference is glycogen has been depleted from the legs, and there's no carbs coming in. So to then still match pretty much the weight of last time, that is, proof that muscle is being retained. Okay guys, this is the final movement of the day, and it's just going to be 2 working sets of leg extensions. Again, it's just an isolation movement, but it will stimulate those quads a little more. Not too many sets because we don't want to fatigue the muscle. Let's go. A lot of lactic acid. Why? Well, there's no carbs to facilitate the energy, so then lactic acid will. Anyway, that was the leg workout, and now we're going to do post-workout cardio, of course. Just 20 easy minutes, nothing too intense, obviously, just to get the blood flowing, get a little bit of extra fat burn, and after that, the post-workout meal. I love this assault bike, and I'm just going to do 20 minutes here, keeping the heart rate steady. It already is a little higher from the workout itself, so you might as well use it for burning more calories, mostly the fat, obviously. Low fatiguing, low impact cardio. I pretty much do only a resistance bike right now and walking outside. So I'm just going to be watching some Doug Jimuro on YouTube. Car reviewer, who doesn't like that? Anyway, let's finish this cardio and then go for the post-workout meal and the rest of the meals of the day.
Alrighty guys, I'm back home now, had the incredible post-workout meal, which was 50 grams of cream of rice and ESN designer whey, which I turned into a whey paste, of course. Incredibly delicious, the only sweet meal of the day, which I really enjoy. Now I'm back at home and it's time for the rest of the meals. Let me show you an example.
So this is one of those meals, if you look closely, it's simply a mixture of chicken and an array of vegetables like mushrooms, a little bit of pumpkin, a little bit of pepper, zucchini, stuff like that. I'm just going to be adding salt to this, so all the meals from now on are only protein and vegetables, except for the last meal, which is a little bit of fat from the egg yolk. But anyway, let's enjoy this one.